pull up because of me.
Nah, not even, man. Like, you know, it happens that way. I told him that he can come back. You know, open doors. You know?
But he was like, right, it took him long enough to get in the first one. How long is it going to be before the next
he
appearance?
stuck it on me at the Children of Zeus.
Is that what he stuck on you?
Yeah. He's like, I'm on a pod.
In that nice, sofa environment. And a nice sofa environment, man, sticking on you to come on the podcast.
Listen, man. I was like, yeah. Cool.
But was that like, cool, allow me, I'm at a show. Was that like, cool.
Nah, it was a reminder, actually. I was like, you know what? I have been meaning to reach out to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's how it happened, man.
Yeah, but shout out to him. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a music heavy conversation.
Yeah, man. Big up Richie Brave.
It was
man.
super gassed to be able to swear and stuff.
Yeah,
which is proper funny to like listen to and watch back. Like, you really got a potty mouth, innit? Like,
yeah. No, it was jokes listening to you ask him questions about old school raving and that.
Yeah, because Donnie was in dances when they could still smoke cigarettes. That's how you know you're old.
Wow, drag me then.
Oh,
that wasn't even a shot. Was that a shot, Chrissy?
No, I feel like he just dragged himself.
Yeah, because nigga owned up to something that wasn't even.
Well, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, but Richie was in a dance when they were smoking coke.
Huh?
Was you there for that?
Oh boy,
you was there for that as well?
Nah, man.
Okay,
like, but there was definitely smoking in the shubs.
For sure, yeah.
When I first started raving.
He said he started raving at 13, which is crazy. What is you lot acting like all normal and stuff?
No, not for me.
Do you know what I was doing at 13? I was in church. 13,
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Everyone has different lifestyles.
You only rapper say that I was in country, was in school. I was in school, bro. That's where I was
doing regular things,
bro. I was at home, you know, being a good son. You know,
when I was on the road, you were doing your homework.
I mean, what else I was meant to be doing, bro? The fuck, you know. So, but yeah, that would proper line in that. And you know, it was nice hearing him like champion music that he's passionate about.
Yeah,
we had that Mobo's conversation about electronic music and stuff.
Oh yeah, that conversation went off still. And
that clip was quite well received because a lot of people feel that music shaped our nightlife and it's not really appreciated enough. So hopefully, because you know, low key the powers that be listening and that, even though they don't listen, they'll be paying attention. So hopefully, with the conversation we had and the conversation that was already happening online, because a lot of people have been speaking about it. Hopefully, maybe next year or the years to come, they'll pattern up and you might see some UK garage, funky, whatever house, whatever representation, have a category or even a segment on the show.
Yeah, like and the institution that is Mobo always need to learn and you know, right certain wrongs and just, you know, educate themselves a little bit more. Like, just not even on a with this big institution, we mustn't listen to, you know, other people, but like things like that, you know, they'll take it on board. Hopefully. Oh yeah, hopefully. You would hope. It
weren't personal day, so I think it was a good chat in it. So
yeah, you would hope, like, you know, someone will take initiative and really take on board what's being said there, because it's legitimate and there's reasons to back it up as well.
Yeah, that's good. So, but I'm happy to be back. Hashtag Off the Cuff Pod.
Come on,
a good honest conversation never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, my name is Fols Forever
Mr Vans.
Chrissy Hive, we back. Chrissy's here.
Chrissy Hive.
H is here as well. In the cut.
Full house, man.
Full house. We got a special guest.
Yeah.
There we go. I know she's thinking, when they gonna introduce me? They're just podding and talking without me.
No, I'm enjoying. I'm loving it. I'm loving the vibes. 100%.
Monikah Lee's here.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Nice to have you.
Thanks for having me and inviting me on. Like, I feel honoured. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. And do you know what? Monikah is like, you know, one of the good ones.
What does that
mean?
In
terms of like,
what do you? Yeah.
What does that mean?
When you reach out, when you reach out to someone and, like, you know, sometimes they move a bit spicy and that, like,
moving a bit too sexy for you.
Yeah, like, is it
way too sexy?
Coming off the cuff and that, like, you know, she was very, like, honest, receptive. Like, she was like, yeah, absolutely.
Was she double texting? Was she texting back quick?
She was, boy.
What, swift response?
Yeah.
Big up my
did she leave you on scene for a little bit, or was it quick things?
So, yeah.
Man just saying yeah to everything, bro.
I mean, she's a busy woman, isn't
it?
So.
Man's in the station. Did you shoot him? Yeah.
Nah, do you know what it is? Because, like, I'm not a quick texter either.
Oh, so you don't know what quick texting back is? Okay, cool.
I'll hit you back in a couple of hours, like maybe tomorrow, innit? But,
okay.
You know, so I can't really gauge whether, like, I've had to wait long.
Cool. I want some feedback, because I've been told someone like my communication sometimes when it comes to pod stuff isn't the best. What was his approach like when he reached out?
You know what? Vans was on job. Like, very receptive, very like also understanding. And I think a lot of time that's what we need, someone that just understands. And obviously we was at an event and he pulled me up and said, yo, hello, don't forget, but done it in such a way with manners. So you know what, it's all good. He was good.
I love that.
It was me that was moving along, so I'm very happy that you didn't really put me on blast too much, but I was the one that was
do you know why? Because your reasoning was understandable.
Yeah.
Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would have been like,
Later.
do you know what I mean? So I was like, cool, I understand, innit? So
and keep it real. Babes always get a little bit of extra blah as well. When the man start moving too sexy, bro, I'm only gonna ask you once, bruv.
yeah,
This is what it is, isn't it?
yeah.
And after that, we'll figure it out. And we see each other, like, oh, come on, bro, you know we got to link up and that. Yeah, I'm never gonna link up.
Oh gosh.
Never gonna happen.
Why do you like the Mandem say the same things
We've only got a couple
in
minutes,
every
bro.
end? Like you'll bump into someone, yeah, man, I link up still. Just never link up.
But what are we linking up for? What are we doing?
But why say it then?
It's conversation filler, isn't it?
Makes
I'm just mirroring your move, bro. Like
as you part ways, you could just be like, all right, cool, bless, and then that's
we're,
it.
we're all doing the dance, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, man, I link up still. That has to be the last thing you say.
yeah.
I'm never.
Should we make that resolution for 2022, like to leave that?
All right, boy, I've stopped saying it.
Okay, cool. I'll follow your lead.
I'm
then,
not linking up.
Fair. You seen what the little 1 week break's done for him, Vans? It's come out with new energy. I love it.
I'm fresh, man.
Yeah.
I'm energized. You know.
No, good to have everyone. How's everyone feeling? Everyone good?
good. I'm happy to be here, honestly.
I can tell your cheekbones are rising like this,
I know,
bro.
I'm so happy. I'm around people. I love it.
It's getting cold, man.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not liking it. Like it happens every year, but I'm still shocked.
Oh, you say you're still surprised?
Bruv, like, because the temperature drop sometimes,
Yeah.
it's rude. 1 minute you're like, all right, cool, like, you know, light jacket. The next day,
Big coat.
got to draw for the big thing.
True.
Yeah, I hear that. Even this morning, mental.
Yeah.
It's 2 degrees. Nah.
This ain't the time for your boiler to pack up. I'm not on it.
I'll be honest with you. Them things happen. I just got to my mum's.
Wow.
That's one place I know of that would. Bro, in life, it's nice to feel like you've got a certain like
You got to
safety net.
reset. Yeah,
Bro,
you
no
got
matter what happens, yeah.
to.
Even though that was feeling a bit weird, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my mum's.
Yeah.
And to around some love.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Love that.
You're definitely going to get it there, man.
yeah. And I was saying, I always back my little sister, like, because I don't live there anymore. When I come around, it's like Christmas. Because you're not there every day, innit? So it's like, what do you want to eat? Mom's looking at like, why are you cooking this guy special meals and that? It's like, relax, bro. I'm the firstborn. Like, this is, my birthright, innit? So
Yeah, and
Got
she
to
must
enjoy.
like benefit from the, like, because she's going to cook a lot of food, innit? So,
but my sister's vegan, innit? So
there we go.
Yeah.
Ah,
but then
damn.
that's in my mum's change. When we spoken a couple of times about like how our parents change over time. I couldn't ever imagine being my sister's age and telling my mum I want different meals.
Yeah.
My mum makes vegan dishes, and to the point where now sometimes that's the
salted meat.
yeah, that's the default dish. So you come there on the wrong day, you might be having a vegan dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm not fully there yet, man.
nah, cow foot's still cow foot, innit? So
Oh, not cowfoot.
What?
Oh, no.
Oxtail.
you one of them people that saw the oxtail photo and was like, nah,
No,
doing
I'm
oxtail.
against oxtail. I do
What?
not like oxtail. No. I know, I'm Jamaican.
This was
and it's
going
just
well. This was going well for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
don't do oxtail. I don't do chicken foot. I don't do cow foot. Nah. All those three, we're not doing it.
why not?
Hit me with the curry goat, hit me with the jerk, hit me with the steamed fish, hit me with the, I can do a little okra and, escovitch. That's my vibes.
But like, what's your reasoning behind like not
The-
liking oxtail? I don't get it.
Let me tell you what it is, yeah. Someone cooked it for me and didn't do an amazing job. And when you taste food for the first time and it just doesn't hit or it doesn't bang, that just lasted. That memory, the taste, everything for me just wasn't it. So since then, I was like, I'm not doing it. I can't.
I'm just wondering how could you go wrong?
Yeah, but we don't do oxtail over here, no.
Damn.
That's more for us, isn't it? It ain't even that deep for me. If you don't want to eat it, we will.
Nah, I hear that.
Because when I see
still.
that picture, people are like, oh, this is what oxtail. What did you think this thing looked?
Yeah,
It's
an
a tail, bro. Like,
oxtail.
Well, that was Americans, bro.
Oh, they use
You know that
the
thing.
microwave too.
I've seen a video of the reaction of them their reaction to our so like Sebi and a few our people in our space went to taste the new Popeyes burger.
Yeah.
And the way they were reacting to us was hilarious because they just can't believe that like we like some of the same stuff. They're calling us in in it, Twitter. Like
They don't rate us.
Yeah.
They don't rate us. They don't rate us.
And the French call us Top Boy Twitter. I can't lie to you. Even if I'm getting this, if it's a good diss, I have to accept it. They call us Top Boy Twitter.
Don't we call them the Baguette Boys?
Yeah.
That don't rip as much as Top Boy Twitter. Top Boy Twitter is hilarious, bro.
No, that's rude.
Vans, and we're thinking about you technically identify as both.
Exactly.
So whoever's winning the argument, you can go to that side, isn't it?
Nah, not really, you know.
No?
Nah, I
You're
don't
claiming
claim them
the
like that.
Bonsoir boys.
Only when, you know, doing
We're just calling the
Cup and
Bonsoir boys.
Yeah.
yeah, when they win the World Cup, I'm there.
Glory hunting thing.
Mm.
I can't lie to you, bear the Mandem. When France won the World Cup, bear man.
The best World Cup winning song is with them.
Facts.
Yeah, no, it's big truth.
That song slaps.
And it's also because half the teams, they're African, innit? So we just accept them and embrace them.
I hear that. England's head in there, bro.
I don't see it, bro.
All the players gonna be black one day.
But I want to see them all go home and play for their countries, innit? That's happening more and more, though. But I need it to be like not like the B-lister players, like the top level players. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna play for Jamaica. I'm gonna play for Nigeria. I'm gonna play for Ghana. We said before, imagine Sterling play for Jamaica.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. And I'm not mad at man that play for England, especially if, like, either you're born here or you spent a lot of your time, grew up here and that, and you play for the academy and you represent England at like youth level. I'm not getting mad at man. But the man that, like, you might get one cap, brother, go and play for Nigeria, bro. Like, bro, you know, like it will be made a good decision.
Yeah,
you're never playing for England, bro.
Yeah,
you're an elite level athlete. It's not to diss you, but go and play for Nigeria.
This is the thing, it's because like England is like a staple of where it's at in world football.
Yeah,
they're always gonna go to like that side. You're
gonna go to major tournaments, innit?
Yeah, all the major tournaments. Like you're at the biggest spotlight. So, you know, it's like you said, it's changing, innit? Like a lot of people are starting to claim their identities more, their nationalities more. So
I see my man Michael Antonio, he obviously come through he took the long route to get to pro football.
Yeah,
he's matched up for Jamaica.
Yeah,
most recent games, man scoring goals from distance. I don't see him score any goals outside the box when he plays for West Ham. I went home.
He's doing well at club level as well. So
yeah,
he's bringing that.
I read something the other day that said that a lot of the problems that African players have is that when they try to go and play for their country, they want bribes in order for that.
Oh, come on, you know the vibes. Come on, bro. Like,
so why would you expect them to go home and play?
I can't lie to you. Yeah, I went to a football match in Congo. Yeah, when I tell you, the atmosphere was insane. I didn't know that the referee had to be protected by like officers.
Well, armed guard.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm like, right, like there must be a lot of bribing, because for the players not to be guarded, but the ref to be guarded, it's nuts. Because like someone might bribe him to make deliberate decisions and stuff. Like it happens a lot.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's all personal gain over there.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, nah, this is brazy.
Then you saw, I don't know what African nation it was, where I don't know if it's a mayor or governor. He owns a team, innit? So Donny picked himself,
What?
What?
and to play up front as well. I'm gonna try. Before we go home, I'm gonna find the video for us. I'm gonna find the video and I'll show it to you before we leave. Yeah.
What,
bro? When I mean like the belly was bellying, he was doing minimal running.
The supermodel belly.
He was demanding the ball. There's even one in I'll just say Asia to be safe.
Yeah.
Where a billionaire owns a football team. His son's like 18 stone. Got Donny on the pitch and that same thing. Donny's demanding. He can't play football, bro. But I own the team, so you have to play my son. Man. I own the team. Imagine you own a football team, Vans. Maybe even at the minimum, at the start, you definitely play.
Nah,
like my man Takashi, middle wing.
Nah, I wouldn't. Like I'm a football guy, innit? So I would want it run a certain way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
if you're not winning 5-0, you're not gonna come off for the last 5 minutes.
I want to eventually compete, so I got to take it seriously from the get go.
Yeah.
I own a club. It's an investment, and I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, none of that can't run.
You're being way too sensible for me right now, bro.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, I was projecting it. If it was me, if I win 5-0, I'm coming on, bro. In my suit.
Hard shoe.
You lot got to pass to me. You know what it was?
Nah, that's crazy.
That's what ownership would do to you, innit? So, but nah, I definitely have to be back. You know what we can do, Monikah? You can let our listeners know and our people know like a little bit about you, your background, what do you do?
Okay.
You know.
Exciting. All right. This is always nerve-wracking for me, but I'm gonna try and be on job because sometimes it's easy as women to literally just be like, oh yeah, I do this and I do that. So I'm gonna try, roll it off the tongue.
The floor is yours.
So I'm Monikah Lee. I am a presenter, a radio personality. I'm an events host. I also run a charity. Not a lot of people know, but I also run a charity called Ugly Tribe, which stands for Understanding Girls Like You. All about, empowering young women and just giving them the techniques and the tools to make sure that they further themselves in the best way and thrive in their truth. Outside of that, I create content. You might see I do things with like Hair with Monikah Lee. I love hair. I love talking about hair. I love talking about being a black woman and my hair. I'm also Jamaican, and I do talk about me being Jamaican and how proud I am of me island. So that is me. I also do like Monday motivations. I like to talk. I like to connect. I like to be on stage and be a person that, I see Monikah Lee doing something, and that means that if she can do it, I can also have the same energy and I can try and accomplish something too. So yeah, I'm just out here doing me and living my life as authentic as possible, just trying to keep it real, especially in a time where a lot of things are just, I don't know, it's mental. Crazy things are happening. So I think it's so important to just live in your truth and be honest. So I'm just trying to, that regular girl from South London, from Ends, just doing my thing and see if it pops.
Yeah. Here we go. It was bound to happen, people.
Southwest
London. Love to let people know that they're from South.
Yeah, I'm from South.
All right, like we heard it in the raves, innit?
But I'll be honest, bro.
SW16.
Any corner of the world, yeah, you'll find someone from South London
and someone
and someone that's Nigerian, and sometimes you might find both. But every corner of the world, there's some Nigerian representation somewhere and a South London representation somewhere.
100%. Like,
you're so funny. It was going so well for Vans. He was proper motivated. He was inspired. He was like, yes,
said
girl,
so eloquently, like. And then from South London,
from
I was like, here we go again.
You know what's killing me? This is so nerve wracking. Started reading off all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking at Vans like, if this is you nervous, I don't want to see what you're like when you're fully prepared and like confident in that.
You know what's mad? I haven't been a guest on podcasts for so long, so I'm in my element right now. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's it, man. Like, and you're relaxed on the sofa, nice and comfortable.
Chilled.
Word to H,
Yeah, word to H.
Anytime people come in there like, oh my god, this place is so nice. That's a proper good compliment for them, lot still.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Facilities are top.
And us, we won't be in no raggedy studio.
Oh.
True.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the creme.
But I'm not too good to slum it if I have to. But ideally,
I hear that. But this has been our home from the start.
Yeah.
So we're comfortable.
Yeah, and they've been supporting that. So
yeah,
you've got a lot of stuff going on, like events hosts, presenting.
Yeah, this is where I bumped into her at Black Girls Living live show.
Okay.
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah,
did an amazing job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Big up to Vic and Jazz that did an amazing job.
Shout out to Jazz. She's been getting violated the last 24 hours online.
Oh gosh.
Because she listens to music on shuffle, innit?
Oh.
So Adele took her photo.
Yeah, cook that queen.
Took Jazz's photo to Spotify and said, because of this young lady.
You did too much. You did too much.
Because of this young lady, we need to because apparently Adele's went to Spotify to listen. He needs to take off the shuffle option and that. Like, I don't make music for man to be listening to the intro.
Adele came across that off the cuff episode. Yeah. I was like, what? She listens to what in shuffle?
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah, listen to music on shuffle is kind of crazy, bro.
Scary.
Do you know what? Yeah.
If it's a playlist, I'm not mad at you, but like a new album.
Do you know what? Yeah. Like,
go on, protect the Black Queen. Go on.
After you've become comfortable with an album or that you've heard it a few times, I don't mind the shuffle thing then.
Yeah.
But for your first listening to an album on shuffle.
No, it has to be in order.
Listen to the outro.
You're a criminal. Absolutely. Like, that's why Adele was like, nah, like, this album was picked. The tracks were picked, like, in that order for a reason. You got to listen to it in this way.
That's true.
It's my project. An artist should be able to dictate that.
Especially if your music is like traditional in regards to like a story, like beginning, middle, and end, skits, interlude, that type of stuff. It would make sense you listen to in order the artist.
Imagine listening to College Dropout like for the first time on shuffle. All the skits are all over the place. It's not even making sense.
No, it wouldn't work. Maybe it's the family business at the start.
Like, what? Last call, like track 2.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't make sense. But I reckon, there are probably certain albums now you probably could get away with that, where like someone's just made music that's just like meant to be like an album of bangers, where each song is kind of like,
like More Life, it was a compilation album, he called it.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not mad at that.
Just a string of bangers.
Yeah, that you could probably listen to on shuffle and not be too mad at. So,
yeah.
So we'll cut Jazz a little bit of slack at it, just a bit.
Nah, man, I love Jazz. Big up Jazz.
No, big ups to them. Not like it's just dope and that. I'm saying Monikah killed it as a.
She killed it, man. Yeah. She killed it. It was flowing perfectly. How she introduced the guests, and like how you speak to people is a talent.
Yeah.
How she was engaging with the crowd and that, I was like, yep, she's got it.
Oh, thank you.
How did you get your start as like a host and stuff?
How did it all start? It started with me going to Jamaica,
There you go.
Literally, about 6 years ago when I got into the game, there wasn't like social media like that, in a sense where you had to create your own content and create your own lane. And there wasn't anyone that I can look up to that was within my view where I can be like, oh yeah, like I can do that. Majority of the people or that I was seeing were like on the ITV or Channel 4. There was no gradual growth where we see so many people creating their own content and just building their own lane. So I thought, you know what, instead of waiting for anyone to try put me on, what I'm going to do is create a space for myself. So I always go Jamaica. I'm always at the Yardie dances. Yes. That is me. And at that time, branding wasn't a thing for them. So I'll see them doing like the party. The party was Brit Jam. Like it was like a week-long partying. We had Beanie Man performing, like so many amazing artists. I think 2 years prior that Drake performed. But I was like, where's your own content? I'm seeing everyone taking your content and branding it for them. So it will be like maybe a Channel 4 coming through and just taking their content, like last week this happened at this event, blah, 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 but they wouldn't have anything for their own. Yeah. So I was like, why don't have me to do behind the scenes, talk the artist, and you can package that as Brit Jam instead of taking content from other people and trying to package it as your own. Because at the end of the day, that's just not going to work. And just try and put that through. And then I kind of pitched that to them. And I was like, I'll pay for my own flight. Like legit, I'll even buy my own wristband to come through. I just want you to just give me a camera.
You ain't got to do all that, darling.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's
that was
the
determined.
Grind.
That's
someone that's determined.
Just give me something. And then man was like, yeah, what? Okay, you're gonna pay for your wristband. I said, no, you're doing too much. Like, you're actually gonna make me pay for the wristband. I know I came true with that, but come on.
But he's thinking you suggested it, so.
Well, no, you put it out there, so then when it comes to the time, renegotiate.
We're gonna renegotiate 100%. And then gave me a cameraman, gave me everything, and I'm like, you know what, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna act like I do, and in this instance I'm gonna fake it till I make it. So I just literally had that mic and just started running interviews with at that time Massacre, who else was there, Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, and then I packaged that and then put it on YouTube as Talks with Monikah Lee. And then that's where I kind of gained traction. And then Link Up TV was doing auditions back then, to be like a presenter and so forth. And at that time I was like, what? I have to audition? And you know what? I was doing way too much.
One little Jamaica visit.
Yeah. I got gassed. I got gassed. And then I'll speak to my cousin. She's like, nah, chill. I said, you know what? Let me just chill and take things down all the way. And then, I went for the audition. I got in. I started doing the street quiz. Okay. I was doing that at one point. Okay. So I had my own little street quiz show. And from there, literally what you put in the universe, 100% people gravitate to you if you're putting out the work that people like. And it just started from that. And then I just started getting other opportunities, and the back chat came around and done that. And then since then, God has literally just opened many doors, and I've just been walking through it and just been vibes in. Legit. It's just been just take and see where it leads me. And I'm in a place where I'm like, all right, I've still got a lot to do, but we move.
You're happy with the progress?
I'm happy with the progress. There's more work to do, but social media can always make you feel sometimes like the progress ain't progressing enough. So it's just me trying to find that balance.
Boy, I see Monikah in the Waitrose thing.
Wow,
she getting that corporate bread.
Yeah. What do you do for Waitrose, for letting people know?
So currently I'm doing their podcasts. So I run their podcast, internal podcast at Waitrose, and I also directed and produce content for them because at one point Waitrose and John Lewis were very separate entities, but they're actually under the same umbrella. And with all the things that's happening right now, they wanted someone to help create content that will attract the partners in the branch to just realize, like, you know what, this is what we're doing, we need to work together kind of vibes and so forth. And yeah, I just done a script for them, produced it, done a little hosting segment in there, and then done some other ad stuff with them. And yeah, just been rolling.
Amazing.
Thank you. Oh, you see my stuff? You can see it. Sometimes I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
It runs with the hair thing. Oh my God, you see me? I see you.
Wow.
Have to do your research.
I love that. No, it's dope. It's dope to hear that because, you know, like, especially social media can feel like I said, people are either doing a lot better than they are, or you can compare yourself to other people. But if you come from a space of when social media wasn't that prevalent, because I remember like one thing I'll say about Rashid and Link Up is they will try a thing. He will try a show.
Yeah.
And there was a point where like Ramel was definitely the face. Like in my opinion, if you was a young black girl trying to, and I'm sure Essie can echo these sentiments, if you're trying to get presenting, that might be someone you'd look at in regards to like our urban space before you go to like mainstream and broadcasting channels, and that was the one person you look at. And
yeah, she did loads, man.
She did a lot. So I remember they had a before we even had, remember that time period when like, people were talking about like a UK breakfast club. They had a show called Tuesday Night Link Up with her and B Money, and they they have Ace Hood, and they had gigs. They had a lot of big American acts, but I think they were recording that at Bang Radio at the time, innit? Yeah, you know, so people been out here, innit?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like you can't even like we've seen it, and there's a lot of crop. There's a crop of like presenters and radio personalities and stuff that like we've actually watched do the groundwork. Yeah, you know, Monikah's one of them, Ramel's one of them. Like we've seen that. So when they get to certain positions, like, you know, she's on Capital Extra, you're like, deserved.
Yeah, I'm clapping like all the
deserved.
way.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like you're clapping away, but it's like, no, that makes sense. They should have been patting her. She should have been there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And like I'm starting to see a lot of that, and yeah, keep breaking through, man, getting those slots, like, because it's what shapes, you know, a lot of what we do, like in terms of music and stuff on radio.
No, we were talking about last week about a certain genres shaping our nightlife. We need the media alongside that as well. We need our people that are in there that understand this thing to be the forefront, so that we can have people to facilitate the conversations, and also just kind of help the artists navigate certain spaces as well. Yeah, because, you know, like we've had last week or two, we've had probably a big week for like podcasts, like Ed Sheeran doing ZZ Mills, doing Chucky's podcast. Those things are dope. I look at that as a win for everyone.
Yeah, like absolutely, man, because this is where eyes need to be directed towards, like what we're doing.
Non-traditional
like,
media.
Yeah, non-traditional media, like you know, and you've got like, you know, small entities that are trying to do a thing as well. Like you had the Brown Sugar Awards the other day.
Yeah, shout out to them as well.
Like shouts to them. Like they're doing bits, like, you know, and it's celebrating, you know, all the people that are doing stuff, content creators.
It's all the women's,
you know,
isn't it? So
it's all the women's as well. Yeah, like
it's a specific
biggest
space,
cheerleaders. Like they really support each other. You know, they support the Mandem too. Like
you look up in a couple of years, that'll be a big award show, I guarantee you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so what's been like the highlight so far for you in terms of the journey and that?
What's been a highlight? You know what's mental? Yeah, I even wrote this on Twitter the other day, where I was saying that it's so easy to just be in kind of like just drive mode, where the thing is like, this is what I put in my kind of diary to do maybe 5 years ago, and when it gets done, you don't really enjoy the process. It's just a thing where it's like, it's done, this is what's meant to be done, so I'm on to the next. So I feel like there's been many moments where I've not really taken in what I've done, because in my head I'm like, I've been planning for this all my life, so therefore it's not something to celebrate. This is the path that you take to get to where you need to be. But recently I've been trying to write down things, and I think one of the main things that I really loved this year was Beanie Man, like interviewing Beanie Man for Ray Nephew. And for me, culture is everything. And growing up, I didn't really see a lot of Jamaican women in the media. If it wasn't music or if it wasn't sports, Jamaican women weren't really celebrating, and there weren't anyone that I can look up and be like, "Right, you're Jamaican," just for the simple fact that sometimes their surname would not give off the fact that they're Jamaican. Do you know what I mean? We all know how it goes, the colonization or all of this. It would be like a brown surname, or do you know what I mean? You just would never know. So for me, I felt like it was important to give back to my culture and also understand my identity and be a part of that. So interviewing Beenie Man this year was 100% one of my highlights. DJing as well, taking up a new skill. And so I started DJing last year during lockdown, and then this year is the year where I said, you know what, I'm going to start going to events and actually DJ. And especially in a place where everything is perfection, like everything you see on social media is all about perfection, and people are showcasing the highlights of their life. I was scared to get into something that I'm going to be learning, because I know I'm going to make mistakes. I know it's going to be...
Have you clanged in the dance yet?
Oh my gosh, I've had moments. And you know what's mad, yeah? It's calm.
Let's get to the nitty gritty. Because all this stuff nice, it's cute. Beenie Man with the
reality of shit.
DJs clang, there's always gonna be someone that makes a mad face,
and they do too much, bro.
These times
you can't look around in the
you
dance.
You can't DJ yourself, but they're like,
everyone's like
what happened there?
Yeah.
No, there has been moments, I can't lie, but you know what? I'm enjoying the journey. I'm enjoying the process. Like, at the end of the day, you got to start somewhere, and I feel like people are so ready to just be at the end of the journey instead of actually just enjoying the process. And it doesn't have to be perfection.
You're a promoter's dream, because you're a presenter, and a DJ. So you're an event host, so you can do both. Yeah, taking all the bookings.
Like, hey, come true.
And
because you just started, Donnie can be like, listen,
what's good?
budgeting, but let's just, because I know, listen, I tell the promoters and that, if they can get a deal, they get a deal on that. Chuck your name on a flyer, you know, chuck a brand aside.
You can do the hosting, and you can,
they've tried small.
Run the tuners and that.
What was the your family and friends response like when you told them you was interviewing Beenie Man?
You know what?
What was the family group chat saying?
Oi, let me tell you, they were so happy, so happy. But it's mad because I nearly didn't interview him because I got COVID. So it's mad. Like, even the process leading up to it was mental. So like, I was meant to interview him maybe like a week. Like, there was a specific day I was meant to interview him, and then I got COVID, so I had to cancel it.
Damn.
And I didn't know, like, at that point I felt sick, but I didn't know it was COVID for sure. So I could have done a madness, and I said no. Like, for me, protection, safety is everything. If I don't know what I'm going to just ride it out, and I'd rather stay home. And this is how I know God is good. 2 weeks after, they ended up cancelling that event I was meant to host because something else happened. And then they came back to the UK, and then I was able to host, and they shouted to me, and I'm like, like, everything happens for a reason.
Look at God.
Like, and I was proper devastated, like, like, I got such a sick opportunity, and then look, I can't make it. For them to cancel it and then rebook me, and then I make it. Yeah, it's lit. It was meant to be.
It felt like he was here for a minute, because obviously he did ZZ's.
Yeah.
Sit down with ZZ. He was here for, was it Yam Carnival?
Yes. He performed at Yam.
He did something with the
Ray Nephew event.
Yeah. It felt like he was, and it was nice seeing him link up with all the young artists and that, and like. Yeah. It kind of gave me, like Uncle Snoop vibes, where like you're an OG, but you're still tapped, and everyone's mad respectful. Like, we're just happy to have you around, innit? So,
and I think he understands the amount of respect that the Black British culture has for him.
Yeah,
that's an icon, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's nice to see him get that respect, like in real time, innit? Like, come over.
And do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, giving
special
great run.
Also,
like
after the verses.
Oh, sick, yo.
Listen. That verses went down in history.
Yeah, that's top 5 verses, definitely. Yeah. Easily. So
so that was one of my highlights, alongside being able to be alive and kicking and still be able to work and people booking me. I'm happy.
Yeah, beat the big COVID and that.
Yeah.
COVID tried to lick me as well, boy.
Peak.
What did you do? Oh, is that what happened?
I wasn't saying that at the time. At the time, I was messaging her like, I'm on the ropes.
Yeah. That's okay to be on the ropes, bro.
Yeah. Fight back.
Yeah. Listen, sometimes you just have to let it consume you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but no, yeah. Listen, shout out to everyone that's had to deal with that, because even though we're outside, COVID ain't gone away.
No.
It's still lingering in the background. It feels like things are back to normal. Like, we're kind of living our lives, whatever. Barring like work from home, for the most part, things are normal, innit? Events are running. You can go out to eat. Bro, I was in Savers the other day. The lady's like, I was like, do you want me to give a piggyback? Like, no social distancing. Like, Like, chill out, bro. But that talks to like the fact things have gone back to what everyone thinks like normal, innit?
Try and cough in public.
Yeah, speak.
One Donny coughed on public transport today.
Bro,
What happened?
the reaction is nuts.
The lady got up and moved and she went to the front, like the front.
You can't cough anymore in public.
It's so peak.
Bro, I find myself sometimes like, you know, when you can't even help a cough coming, like, and you're there on the tube and you
feel like you're about to explode.
I've been there, babe.
Like, you're trying to be respectful, like, and you know, like, understandable, like, because COVID.
You're not wrong. Now, I remember the first week we came back to the studio. I think we sat down with Jojo and everyone from No Signal and that. I sneezed on the train. Yeah, the looks I got, bro. Yeah,
Speak.
I was looking at
I'm like, now you want to be fucking hygienic.
But you're like, I'm mashing it up. Like, you're not looking at me like, what happened to the stereotypes? Why are you not afraid? What's going on? Like,
listen, man, like COVID turned everyone full. Like I can't believe that they were dishing out instructions on how to wash your hands.
But the public ain't as smart as you think, bro.
People are nasty.
Yeah.
It's like, there's
I feel like you got a story brewing there.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
From like a nightclub toilet and that.
Hey, listen, man, people are nasty.
Yeah, they are. It's mad.
But yeah, listen, thank God we're here. You know, we're happy, we're whole.
We're healthy.
You know, you've referenced Jamaican heritage a few times.
Yes.
I think this is a nice, clean segue. We've got to talk about race, nationality. Before we go, I want to ask Vans, when did you identify as a podcaster? I just want to ask you that question.
Mate, when did you decide?
Yeah, when did you decide that you was a podcaster?
Hey, listen, man, like, it was from the beginning.
From the beginning of the time? What, from the womb? Your mum didn't want this for you.
Relax.
She wanted you to be an astronaut. You didn't want
Relax. Relax.
Wow.
Even to this day, I was like, how's the radio thing? I was like, let's go on, mum.
The radio thing.
You know, so do you want to play the clip for context?
If you have it.
It's in the group chat.
Oh.
I hope. I say that with confidence. I should have it. But so yeah, whilst Vans was finding the clip, it was so Unapologetic is a show. It comes from the whole Black to Front, if I'm right. That Channel 4 period, when they're doing the pilots. And it's presented by Yinka Bikini and ZZ Mills. So did you guys watch the whole? Did you just watch the clip or you watch the whole episode?
So I watched the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the clip.
And it was an interesting response, isn't it? I've got it here and I'll send it to you actually. There you go. So that's what it was. They had White Yardie on, innit? So and White Yardie is a comedian. I mean, they were talking about obviously race, ethnicity, and just like how you kind of identify in it.
Nationality.
And nationality caused like a bit of an uproar online. Van's got the clip now, so we can play it and then we'll tuck into it.
You got it, Vans?
I do.
Not define in one sentence to say this is black culture because it's.
Can I ask a quick question?
Of course.
When did you decide that you were Jamaican? Was it when you came back over here? Was it when someone asked you? Like, was there an experience where you just felt I identify as a Jamaican man?
Let me explain to you there. And I don't know if I've ever said this on an interview anywhere yet, but my mother before me, she had a miscarriage. So when she was pregnant with me, she could have gave birth to me in Jamaica.
Right.
But where we live, the hospitals weren't great. So obviously she has that opportunity to leave. Once she had me and did the checks, 3 months on a plane back to Jamaica. So from there until what I know has been that. So it's not like I wake up one day and say, oh, 5-year-old, I want to be Jamaican. Oh, 10-year-old, I think I'm Jamaican. 12-year-old, cool. I'm definitely Jamaican. Yeah. It's just what's inside. You understand what I mean, brother?
To call yourself a Jamaican, that's interesting because you said that you weren't born there. But I guess if the community to which you kind of were raised in, which is Jamaica, obviously, if they've embraced you, the large swaths of them and stuff, and if you've got citizenship, I don't know if you have, but yeah, from where I come from.
Harry, do you have a Jamaican passport?
Yes, I do.
There you have it.
Okay.
So we go to our Jamaican correspondent.
I'm so done with you. I'm so done with you.
If you think I'm leading this conversation as a Nigerian man, you're sadly mistaken, yeah?
Never. No, I'm here for these conversations.
Yeah.
You know why?
What did you think when you first saw that clip?
When I first saw the clip, I was just like, you know what, question needs to be asked.
Ask in regards to asking White Yardie?
No, just in general. Like, okay. I feel like it's important to have honest conversations and conversations where people can be able to express themselves. Yeah. And I felt like this was an opportunity for White Yardie to express himself. I know White Yardie for ages. Like, he spoke about like his race, and he's spoken about his culture, to the fact that we even was brought up in the same parish, like St. Elizabeth, Black River. Do you know what I mean? So hearing the conversation and way that he was able to kind of eloquently just let everyone know what it is, it was good to hear. Like, this is nothing new for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see white Jamaicans, I see Chinese Jamaicans, I see Asian Jamaicans. There's so many different types of Jamaicans, and I think the wider public can be naive and not understand that there are differences. And I'm hoping that this conversation cleared up a lot of maybe mishaps and maybe misconceptions that people have about Jamaicans. Because if it's not about music, more times people are not really talking about certain things when it comes to Jamaica. So I'm happy that this conversation, it happened. However, I'm not happy with the fact that people are like making a mockery out of people, piling onto people. Do you know what I mean? Like, people, there's ways to say things and there's ways to obviously direct a conversation, but at the end of the day, White Yardie was able to have that platform to speak on how he feels. And for me, as long as people are understanding who Jamaicans are and what they are and the different type of nationalities and that race and nationality, they're not the same, and that it's not homogenous, and that black people are not homogenous. We know that White Yardie is white. We all know. However,
he's a white
he's a white man. Yeah. We all know he is a white man, but at the end of the day, we know that when it comes to being brought up, like the nationality and all of that vibes, he went to school out there, he's spoken about it so many times. So it was just good to just kind of be able to hear his point of view.
And that thing isn't like uncommon. I've got cousins, similar thing, where like their mum went to London, had them went back, or went to America, had them went back, or Ireland, like that. People do that, innit? I know it's a little bit tighter to do it now, but there was a time period when that was very frequent. People come over, have their child, so they can get that passport, and they cut back. Like, it's done, innit? So if he's raised in Jamaica, raised in Jamaica, innit? So, and if the Jamaicans say it's Jamaican, that's on them. That's not on me, innit?
Yeah, I mean, and Monikah, like, you know, that was a positive way of how you interpreted. Yeah, there
wasn't a lot of smoke there.
The other side, though,
smoky settings.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was because when I first heard that clip, I was like, rah, there's a lot of shade behind these questions.
No, it felt like my man had a position. It sounded
that way.
Yeah, it felt like he had a position already, which I see a lot of people have had. Like, obviously, you're in the know. I've known for a long time because he was around like gigs and that, like in Peckham and that. Like, we know about White Yardie from the ends, innit? So it's not anything new to us lot. But online, people see this white Jamaican guy and have a name White Yardie. They're thinking, who the hell is this guy, innit? So to some people, they maybe genuinely my man didn't know, innit? And he is within his rights to question, but the question was proper loaded and mad shady.
This is what I'm saying. Like, maybe, like, do you know what? Yeah, sometimes, like, when you're on a platform like that and you say something like that, regardless of the fact that your intentions may have been pure, you need to understand how it's been mass interpreted.
But it might have even been pure, because it sounded like my man had a default position already.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just saying, even if it was, look back at how that sounded. It's a mad question to ask.
Yeah, there's always,
it provides like good content though, innit, for some people.
It does.
Some people didn't enjoy this, but
it
fed the streets online.
And you gotta give credit to Donny's temperament, like to answer it in the way that he did.
Yeah, but I think he sounded a little bit frustrated. It's like, and maybe like to what you're saying, this might draw a line in the sand and be like, okay, cool. For anybody else that is unsure of who I am, you've got this as reference point. Yeah. So it's not just people saying online, oh, we know about my man, he's who we say he is. Just look at his video and then hear him for himself explaining his background and what it is and why he is who he is. So,
you know what? For me, I feel like there's other conversation that needs to be had, like colorism in Jamaica. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is because I know White Yardie and I know how he is. This is nothing new of the information that he presents, just because I've seen him, I've gone to his shows, like
Yeah.
I know the journey and I understand. But I think like talking about like the privileges that white Jamaicans may have in Jamaica, you know,
Absolutely, of
do you know
course.
what I mean? Just that kind of vibes, and you know, maybe speaking about like maybe why dark-skinned comedians that are Jamaican are not at the forefront, or why they don't have that much following. Why, do you know what I mean? Why as black people we're always, you know, when we see someone that is not like us doing something different, but at the end of the day, let me rephrase that. When we see, like, for example, a white man that is got an accent, or if you see like a white girl dancing and winding up herself, we'll do the yes man, you got, do you know what I mean? It's the hyping and that. It's just about, let's just maybe dissect the conversations and just make sure we really sit down and understand why are maybe our black people, dark-skinned black people, are not getting the same recognition and not
Do you
getting
think
the
our
same
bars are a little
love.
too low? So like, look at the examples you gave. Do you think like we're maybe a bit too? Cause I saw conversation around like gatekeeping. Do you think we're maybe a bit too accepting and like too welcoming when we just kind of let people in our space? Obviously, my man is Jamaican.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
in
No,
regards
there's
to, like,
nothing to do with that.
culturally, you know, the fact my man even has a name like White Yardie is accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of like on us a little bit? Our fault, like to maybe being a bit too open and accepting of people.
But the fact is, there are white Jamaicans in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So we can't deny the fact that there aren't those type of people in Jamaica. It's like me, I'm British, Jamaican, cool. But if anyone come and tell me that you're not British because you're not white, that will be a whole different problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yes, my parents migrated from Jamaica and come here, but if I want to own up and say that I'm British black and I'm proud to be British black, no one can't tell me no different just
Facts.
because I'm not white and I do not sit along the lines of
Do you know what man
whiteness.
did for this red book?
Bruh. Bro, that was like a badge of honor to certain parents.
Do you know what they went through for that thing?
Yeah.
And you people don't be using it. Don't want to fly out. You better fly out, bro.
So yeah,
I want to stay in the ends, bro.
No, fly out, bro.
we
Blood,
can have
sweat and tears.
conversation about just privileges, and you know what I mean, there's so many conversations that needs to be had. But
Yeah, when you're on other in a space, you stand out, innit?
yeah, 100%.
Because even I referenced like how much of a good week it was having like Ed Sheeran on Chucky and Zizi's podcast. I think it might have been Chucky's. Yeah, he let something slip, a small thing. I don't think anybody noticed it. He spoke about that he was acutely aware when he was in like the I Love Lives and the Sunday shows that he was an other there, and it was to his benefit.
Yeah.
But it was quick, and he moves on to another topic
You have
after.
to be good.
But it was very quick, but my man noticed that, and that's probably part of the reason why he feels so comfortable coming back around and working with the artist. But Donnie was very aware that being the white ginger boy, the person nobody's probably thinking is gonna be dead, and he turns up.
And he was embraced like a lot by SBTV.
He was, but he said that with no mouth that he was aware.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I mean,
and that kind of shocked me a little bit. That was like a small like letting the
you
veil
know
slip a
that
little
he's
bit.
aware.
And you sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you need confirmation from someone saying it.
Yeah.
But I think it was very quick, and he went off to something else. But I don't think a lot of people caught that when I was watching back, and I was like, okay, so Donnie, you kind of know what it is like being in that
Donnie
space.
was
and
like, Donnie was
because you get
like,
the cultural currency being around us.
yeah.
And this is not to even call my man what maybe some people might have called culture vulture, or like the stuff Wiley was complaining about, because his thing was a personal issue, not really a culture issue. But you knew the benefit of being in this space that helps blow you up, and then you go mainstream and they accept you. And then he's even said that on the flip side, in the end, it still feels like mainstream media actually doesn't love him that much. That's why he's coming back and doing all these conversations with us. But he was aware that, you know, being the one white ginger guy in that space who's going to stand out.
Yeah, so I mean, someone like Ed, like as a character, not necessarily an artist.
Yeah.
Or like they can, you know, interlink at some point. Him as a character, like he decided to leave his hometown where there was no struggle.
Yeah.
He lived a pretty decent life,
Yeah.
privileged, but he decided to come to London and busk
Yeah.
and sleep on people's couches.
Yeah.
That is a man that is on a mission. He is aware of every single thing that he's trying to do to reach a particular goal. Otherwise, he wouldn't have left to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there was no comfortability for him being where he was at in a small town just outside of Ipswich. He thought, let me come London, and you know. So when he is in the space and he's looking around like, rah, there's a lot of talented people here, but I've got a level of talent that being the other in the room will make people be like, all right, cool. Who is this guy? He's distinctive in that space.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, it doesn't surprise me when he says he was aware of the privilege that he had. Just by, you know, how I see how he wanted this journey to go.
But I'll just bring it up to kind of link to what we was talking about in regards to colorism and white privilege. When you then hear artists talk about knowing that, not in so many words, it might lend to maybe like, you know, like, I'm not saying we should have gatekeep Ed Sheeran. I'm just saying like, all right, cool. People do know what's going on outside, innit? So maybe we might need to be a bit more. I don't know how we do it, but we keep having these conversations. At some point, we've got to get to some like solution-based conversation where we get to eat as much in this thing as well. And maybe the eating of this thing might be what's happening right now, where my man come back and does swaps. So Tion gets a verse, Central C gets a verse. Everybody's eating, you know.
Yeah.
You get to eat off that ecosystem of my man. Fumes get something, and maybe that's only a handful of us enjoying, but it's a start.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to be aware of their privilege, 100%. And if anything, use that privilege to uplift those that they know that are in spaces that will not benefit from that without them maybe being there to kind of open certain doors. Do you know what I mean? What I'm not here for is, you know, you have a privilege and you're gatekeeping and you're just everyone around you, in a sense, like, you know, all the white dons around you. Do you know what I mean? Are just benefiting, but do you know what I mean? And then like those that are working and those that actually have put to the effort in and have been doing a grind, not getting a look in at all. So I think there has to be a balance in this, but we also need to kind of have control. But how much control can we get if we're not at the top controlling it?
Hey, sober and thought, innit?
So do you know what I mean? So coming back, like, I'm happy that he's coming back and talking to ZZ Mills, coming back and talking to, and then doing, you know, jumping on grime. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking at him as a culture vulture. I don't
look at him in that way.
That whole situation brought out a series of the braziest tweets I may have seen in a long time. Just for everyone. Not even particularly Dave Baptiste.
That's the one, bro.
He was talking
crazy. Spicy.
What was he saying? What was the spicy?
Okay, cool. How serious is saying suck your mum? I just want to know, because I've been brought up.
Yeah, suck your mum is a serious thing.
It's a serious thing, bro.
It's a serious thing. That's a big disrespect.
And that's universal.
What about suck your white mum? What about that?
Bro, listen.
No?
IP address at your front gate.
Okay, cool. Fair. But I also highlighted when someone has already had an issue with you, what they use as the vehicle to disrespect you and that.
Yeah.
You know, because we get the backstory. So Dave Baptiste, a comedian. He's on some BBC shows as well. He was on that unapologetic platform.
Oh, yeah.
On part of the panel as well. He was the guy that you just see in the shot, not really saying anything, with like the long face and that. A few more. What happened was this? What island was it? St. Vincent. There was a natural disaster. And White Yardie he basically called out comedians, innit?
Yeah.
Judy Love, Dave Baptiste, Mo the comedian, other comedians, and he called people out and said, "Wow, why are you not using your platforms to, like, you know, amplify what's going on and raise awareness so we can, you know, help out in it?" And that was the start of their kind of issue. And then it obviously played out when this thing happened. I don't know if it was White Yardie's fan base or people getting on to Dave Baptiste, but he just started getting harambe. Man just started tweeting a madness, leaking screenshots. Like, there's certain stuff that's not like RNA behavior. Like men leaking screenshots is kind of like, it's brazy still.
Yeah.
Even if it supports your argument, as a man, like,
as a man, why are you sharing screenshots?
Yeah, that's sneaky, bro. That's never gonna go down well, bro. You know, so, and that's when the suck your mum comments started flying and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how I was looking like, this is going a little too far still. Because my man fists you up on stage. Imagine you're in the middle of a joke and my man snuffs you.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's mad. It's crazy. It must be crazy, like, having personal squabbles online. Especially like when you're quite known, you're blue ticked.
Yeah.
And you're moving crazy online.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Can never be me.
My ignore game will be
I'll report your account. Hey, Joe, I'll message H. He's out here embarrassing me.
Monikah, you're verified, right?
No, I'm not, you know.
You're not?
No.
Oh, you ain't got
H, we need to fix that.
No, we need to fix that. I swear, Monikah, man. Give her that blue tick. Do you know what I mean? Like, but like, I haven't really seen you in like any squabbles online.
No, I don't do that. I don't.
You're not even on the mess, like.
No, I like a peaceful life.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I like to go to bed.
Sometimes, like, you know, there's a little small, like, you know how Twitter shows you
a little
like,
shady like. Be honest, man. Be honest, Monikah, don't lie. Or she screenshots to put in the group chat.
Man.
Yeah, group chat we move.
It gets popping in the group chat.
Online, I feel like there's just certain ways to operate. Everyone can operate differently, but for me, I'm just like, I like just to keep things. Yeah, I just like to keep things chilled. Fair. I've never been that person. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Do you know what? When you have a mad thought, just send it to the group chat.
How would you react to someone that told you to I won't repeat the words.
I won't reply, you know. I'm not here for it. I'm really not. It's just, I just feel like it can just go down so childish, in my opinion anyways. And it's just like, no one wins. Do you know what I mean? No one wins in that. It's just going back and forth to prove that I'm bad and that I'm this and I'm that. It just becomes an ego kind of thing.
I mean, someone could win.
Yeah.
Someone could win.
But don't let us lead you astray.
Yeah. I'm no.
If you're getting right with God, that's fine.
I've changed.
As for me and my house,
okay.
I've changed.
Van, smoke,
changed woman.
I've changed.
Okay.
Don't. Nah.
Because we said this a few years ago.
Oh. But yeah,
pull up.
What did my man say? Off where we're going to war, man.
But no, I've changed. Yeah. But conversations definitely need to be had. It's just how you have it, innit? You just have to. And things that happen on the internet stays. You see so many people, things that they've written when they were younger has come back to haunt them. True. Even if it wasn't even with any malicious intents or anything like that. It's just sometimes just don't have. If there's nothing to say, there's nothing for you to try and come and attack me with.
What I didn't like though is
people need to do better though, like with clearing their old tweets.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you know when you're about to blow,
that.
bruv.
No, but you know,
get that pattern.
If you've been online for such a long time and you're someone that was like tweeting religiously, you might have genuinely forgot.
Nah, man.
Yeah, but you've seen so many people being called out, man.
The people know what they say deep down, bro. Back in the day, don't try.
No,
and have
not
amnesia
really.
now.
You know, don't even. No.
But you're not giving yourself any wiggle room if something comes out crazy.
Listen, I've done my due. I've done my due diligence.
What's going on here, bro? Bro, give yourself some wiggle room, bro. What's going on, bro?
Hey, bro, man, like, is this camera on?
Because everybody that comes in and goes, "I research you lot unproblematic." I'm going, did you not know? I want to be toxic. I feel like I've been pigeonholed.
You know them memes.
But
like,
the cuffs are on us, yeah. People coming, I like we obviously checked about you lot in the community. Everyone's had good things to say. I was like, what?
In real life, you're toxic.
Yeah. Remember what Richie said last week? You know, like,
yeah, you're actually like unproblematic.
Thanks, man.
Some guys are
unproblematic
on social media, but then really toxic in real life.
Yeah.
And sometimes vice versa. You know, you're toxic on Twitter, but in
bare
real life,
cap on Twitter and.